Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going over a poll released out of the state of New Hampshire, and the poll released proves something that I've been thinking for honestly a pretty long time. A new poll release shows in hypothetical 2022 Senate matchups, current Senator Maggie Hassan trails to current Republican Governor Sununu by 2%, 48 to 46%. This poll also lists some other potential challenges as well. Maggie Hassan against Kelly Ayotte, which would be a rematch from 2016, gives Maggie Hassan a 5-point favorite, 48-43. So still a competitive race, but Hassan with a little bit of a lead. Maggie Hassan against retired General Bolduc starts out with a 52-39 lead for Hassan. And if former Trump ally Corey Lewandowski runs against Hassan, it starts off as 53-34. Now, I've been saying for a very long time, I think Sununu is the best Republican candidate the state of New Hampshire has. He had the biggest margin of victory in 2020 out of any race. And that is something not to be taken lightly. He had a bigger margin of victory than Jeanne Shaheen, who is very, very popular in the state of New Hampshire. Joe Biden versus President Trump was naturally one of the closest races as was the presidency. But Joe Biden, the Democrat, won by 7 points. Sununu won by over 30 points, I believe, or over 20 points. And he's a Republican in a state that voted for Democrats across the board, except for him. Sununu is the best Republican in New Hampshire to run for Senate. And I said last year, I said 2 years ago, in 2022, I think Sununu runs for Senate. I think Sununu wins. And I don't think the margin of victory is going to be as close as a lot of people think it will. The fact that we're in February of 2021, there's this 2022 Senate race, and Sununu is already at 48%. To me, well, obviously it says Maggie Hassan's vulnerable and Sununu is more popular. But I think Sununu is the favorite to win this race. It's crazy to sound that New Hampshire, a state that is very independent-minded, but has started to trend voting Democrat at the presidential level recently. New Hampshire very well could see a Republican senator next year if Sununu decides to run. If Sununu does not decide to run and Republicans run Kelly Ayotte, for instance, I think this race will still be very, very close. I could see it being very, very close, especially in 2016. There was a third-party candidate who took about 2% of the vote away from Hassan and Ayotte. So if there's not a prominent third-party candidate, then Kelly Ayotte may be able to squeak out a victory as well. But I would say if it's Kelly Ayotte versus Maggie Hassan, I would say Maggie Hassan's got a much better shot at winning than if it's Sununu versus Maggie Hassan. I think Sununu is the favorite to win this Senate race. I've seen a few Senate predictions on YouTube, some still saying that Sununu would lose to Maggie Hassan by a tilt margin or very, very close. I'll be very bold and very brash here. If Sununu runs against Maggie Hassan, I think Sununu wins, and I think Sununu wins by a minimum of 4%. A minimum. I don't think this race is going to be super duper close, because I think Sununu, the Sununu name is very, very popular in New Hampshire. Both his father and his brother, both were involved in state politics. Sununu is a governor who currently holds a very, very high approval rating. Now, of course, in a year and a half, things could change. Or even more than a year and a half, basically 2 years. Either way, things can change. But if his approval rating stays the way it is, and Sununu continues to be a very popular governor, I absolutely see Sununu running for the Senate seat and winning, because why not? He said he's thinking about it. He hasn't even said if he's going to run or not, and he's already winning. It makes, honestly, in my opinion, it makes no sense for Sununu not to run. He's up by 2. He hasn't even announced he's running yet. When he announces he's running, I could see Sununu winning in every single poll from now to Election Day. There'll be a few Democratic skewed ones probably that try to show that Hassan's up, but I think Sununu would be the odds-on favorite to win the Senate race, and I really don't even think it's that close. So bottom line, New Hampshire poll released, Sununu the favorite to beat Maggie Hassan. Other Republicans trail, but if Sununu runs, the Republican Party's got a bright future for one Senate seat in the state of New Hampshire. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you always get notified whenever I post a new one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.